We're back on record at 2:59 p.m. Please continue.
Okay, so before we took a break, Mr. McCracken was testifying regarding presentation or maybe presentations from LuLaRoe's legal team, including Bill Florado's, two retailers that occurred on stage at LuLaRoe events regarding the instructions not to make income claims or income statements. Mr. Florados and I discussed this out in the hall during the break and just agreed to put a statement on the record that the state is going to assess whether that statement makes Mr. Florados a witness in the case, but we're agreeing to proceed with the deposition, finish the deposition today without any waiver of any such argument in the future.
A waiver by either party.
No waiver, absolutely.
Absolutely agree.
Okay, great. So let's continue. Sorry about that long break. So let's go back to, we were talking about the income claims and income statements. We talked about the presentation from stage. We talked about discussions in the home office updates. I think the third thing you mentioned was well, let me go back to the home office updates. Do you recall ever hearing who made the presentations on the home office updates about income claims?
I don't recall.
Okay. I think the third thing you mentioned was that your understanding that there are policies, written policies, regarding IFR's ability to make income claims or income statements. Is that right?
Yeah.
And what is that understanding based on?
Just that I've been told that. I know that our compliance team, what I've been told by our compliance team is that they're active in monitoring and addressing anything that would be privy to that or pertaining to that.
And who from the compliance team told you that?
Austin Stidham.
Did Mr. Stidham describe how the team monitors and addresses those sort of statements?
No. I know that they work closely with the legal teams on any compliance enforcement.
And I'm not asking you to reveal any conversations with LuLaRoe's counsel. Has Mr. Stidham ever described to you any instance of a specific retailer making a claim and actions that were taken?
Which Mr. Stidham?
Sorry, Austin.
Could you restate the question?
Sure. Has Austin ever described to you a specific instance where a retailer made an income claim or an income statement and the compliance team took action?
Not with specifics, no.
And with respect to the policies, are you aware of which policy that is in?
I'm not.
Okay. Do you know if anyone at LuLaRoe monitors the social media for retailers?
Monitors in what way?
Reviews it for compliance with LuLaRoe policies?
I've been told that our compliance team does.
Is that again by Austin?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any awareness of how they go about doing so?
I don't.
Have you ever heard the phrase "because of LuLaRoe"?
Yes.
What does that phrase mean?
I don't have the context in which it's being used. I've just heard of the term.
Have you heard of it in connection with the hashtag LuLaRoe?
Is because of LuLaRoe being
Yeah.
associated with the hashtag LuLaRoe?
Yes. Well, I guess, sorry, let me strike that. Have you ever heard of the hashtag because of LuLaRoe?
I've heard of it, yes.
Yeah. Do you know what that means?
No.
Have you ever heard anyone encourage retailers to use the hashtag because of LuLaRoe?
Not specifically.
Have you heard of anyone encouraging them to use it generally?
No.
LuLaRoe has a sort of customer service team, correct?
We've had in the past. I don't know that at present there would be a specific team referred to as customer service.
Is it referred to as consultant support?
No.
Okay.
No, not at present.
In the past, there was a team called the customer service team?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
in the past it was called consultant support.
Okay, consultant support.
Yes.
And who was responsible for that team?
Objection form. Excuse me, objection form.
I don't know who specifically at which time would have been responsible for that team. They've had a number of different managers and people responsible through the years.
Okay. I think earlier this morning you said you thought that J.T. Eskelson might have been involved in that team.
I believe he worked on that team.
Worked on it.
Yeah.
Have you ever been asked for input regarding that team's operations?
No.
Have you ever worked on any projects involving the consultant support team?
I don't believe so. Yeah. Not with regards to consultant support, no.
Can we look at 76 from yesterday? No, you still have yours from yesterday.
Oh, sure, which one?
76. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stephen handed what's been marked as, previously marked as Exhibit 76, LLR-WA 000-10103, and I'll give you some time to take a look at it.
Okay.
Okay. So, looking at Exhibit 76, looks to be an email from Dustin Bloom to Kenny Brady, yourself, Ben Ward, and Jordan Brady, dated August 9th, 2017. Have you ever been asked for input? Sorry, strike that. Have you ever been asked for your input on any content on LuLaRoe's website, LuLaRoe.com?
Not that I'm aware of.
Are you aware of whether there have ever been any income disclosure statements on the website?
I don't know specifically on the website. I know that income disclosure statements have been provided, again, by legal counsel, and I know that teams have worked with the income disclosure statements, but that's all I understand.
When you say provided, to retailers?
Provided to the organization to provide to retailers.
And has the organization provided those income disclosure statements to retailers?
To my understanding, yes.
Okay. For what years?
I don't know.
And how did the organization provide the income disclosure statements to retailers?
I don't know all the ways that they were provided. I've just been told that they have.
Who told you?
I don't recall.
Earlier today, you said you provided some coaching to Deanne.
Mm-hmm.
That has been part of your roles to provide coaching to Deanne.
I've been asked at times, yes.
Have you witnessed Deanne interacting with retailers?
Have I witnessed her interacting with retailers? Yes.
In what context?
Talking, spending time with retailers.
In your opinion, do retailers admire Deanne?
Objection, foundation.
I would say in general, yes.
In your opinion, do retailers try to emulate her?
Objection, foundation.
I don't know.
Earlier today, we were discussing the various iterations of LuLaRoe's leadership bonus plan. Have you ever been asked for input on any aspect of any change to the leadership bonus plan?
Objection, asked and answered.
Yeah, I would say the same. We've already answered that.
Have you ever been asked? I'm asking you. This is a different question.
Rephrase your question, please.
Have you ever been asked for input on any aspect of any change to LuLaRoe's leadership bonus plan?
Yes, that was demonstrated earlier in one of the exhibits you reviewed with me.
What aspects were you asked?
Well, let's
for
go
input
back
on?
to the. Let's go back and find the exhibit.
So let me rephrase. Other than what we've discussed today, have you ever been asked for input on any aspect of any change to the leadership bonus plan?
Not that I recall.
We discussed earlier the changes to the leadership bonus plan that occurred in mid-2017. Do you recall that discussion? After that change was adopted in mid-2017, were you ever concerned that retailers were not achieving the rank that they had achieved in the prior bonus plan?
No.
Objection, form.
Did Kenny Brader ever ask you for advice about dealing with retailers who were concerned that they weren't making their prior rank?
Not that I recall.
Did you attend a meeting in 2016 in Scottsdale, Arizona for mentors?
I don't recall.
Did you attend a meeting in mid to late 2017 in Salt Lake City that involved mentors and other retailers?
I don't recall specifically.
You can go off the record.
All the record at 3:49 p.m. Back on record at 3:53 p.m.
No further questions.
I have none, thank you.
This is the end of meeting number 1 in the deposition of Art McCracken, Valley 1. The time is now approximately 3:53 p.m. Going off the record.